going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another live stream episode of the Ready Gold Standard podcast. My name is Zach Hernandez, and as always, I am joined by my co-host, Matt Llewellyn. We got a lot to break down. Matt, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you, Zach?
Not bad. Just getting home from work. Got a lot of news that happened today. Woke up to the two big pieces of news.
Yep.
Trent Williams and Alex Mack are both, Trent Williams continuing to be a 49er. Alex Mack is now a 49er. What do you make of these signings?
Big one to get Trent Williams on the books. I know that I had said previously, the longer that it went on, the more I was worried about it. And it turns out that there were reported 4 teams in on him. It was us, Kansas City, Indianapolis, and the Chicago Bears. And in the end, it worked out for the 49ers. He was a little petty and got $10,000 over what David Bakhtiari got, and Bakhtiari called him out on it on Twitter, which was pretty funny. But he stays on what's essentially a 3-year deal, and it's going to be pretty legit.
Yeah, I thought it was funny the deal, but hey, he deserves it. Somebody was kind of going back and forth with me on Twitter earlier, talking about how the move smelled of desperation. I didn't get that at all. If you want to see desperation, you should have seen them trying to scramble if they didn't re-sign Trent Williams. Then that would have really looked pretty desperate. But yeah, also happy St. Patty's. I got my festive beads on here.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys are all having a fun, responsible St. Patty's Day. And as far as Alex
Mack
signing, yes, cheers. As far as Alex Mack signing, that was expected, I guess you could say. He's followed Kyle Shanahan just about everywhere he's gone. Their careers kind of mirror each other. But how much does that signing solidify the 49ers offensive line, from the middle out?
It's a big signing. And I know that he's not at his elite level that he once was. But he knows the system. That's really important for calling out protections and schemes. And secondly, he's been durable throughout his entire career. And the one thing that you need at the center position is stability. That's kind of like the anchor for the offensive line. I know left tackle is important for protecting the blind side, and it's obviously the most valuable position, but a close second has to be the center position. I mean, that quarterback center tandem has to work well together, and I just think that it's very important after a couple years of, is it Weston Richburg? Is it Ben Garland? Is it Honus Grasu? Is it any of these guys that it turns out to be a veteran that Kyle Shanahan knows and that the 49ers should be able to rely on for the entire season? Yeah,
and health is huge. The names that you just listed kind of gave me a little bit of flashbacks, a little PTSD there. Honus Grasu started some games last season at center. That's rough.
Yeah,
it's tough, man. But the 49ers now, the offensive line just got a heck of a lot better. I'm really excited with those two signings. On the flip side, which Jenna and ICU nurse kind of brought up too.
Welcome back to the show, by the way. It's been a while.
Welcome back, yes. DJ Jones. The 49ers kind of snuck that in there towards the end of the business day. That's a pretty good one. What do you think about that?
That is a good one. I know that we had to keep one of those guys that was a free agent just for depth purposes. And I think that DJ Jones has had a couple of issues with some injuries, but when he's been on the field, he's been productive. So to get him at what's probably going to be a pretty cheap price is very important.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And, we saw Solomon Thomas, the 49ers, former second round, third round pick, or third overall pick, signed with the Raiders. And DJ Jones, I believe, got like half of that. And I would much rather take DJ Jones and Solomon Thomas, especially for the 49ers team.
Yeah, absolutely. DJ Jones has been more effective on the field than Solomon Thomas has been. That's what the deal Solomon Thomas got, while not super expensive, 1 year, $5 million with the Raiders. That's one of those, first round cachet type of deals where, okay, you were drafted high, so that means somebody's going to be like, well, I can fix this guy. It didn't work there, but he was first round for a reason. So we're going to take him. I'm going to rehab him. I'm going to do this. Whereas DJ Jones is just a hustler. He doesn't have that first round pedigree, but he's a guy that works really, really hard.
No, I totally agree. And, when healthy, he's a solid defensive lineman for the 49ers. So I was happy to see that. We weren't able to get one out yesterday, obviously, but,
nothing really happened yesterday, though. Like, it wasn't anything big.
No, not at all. But, a couple of random things here happen. Former 49ers. Sanders obviously is now at Buffalo. Kendrick Bourne went to New England, and we
We
talked
got
about
that.
that.
We got that weird Marquise Goodwin reversal type of thing.
Right. Which cost the 49ers a seventh round
A
pick.
seventh rounder. Yeah,
So,
that kind of stinks. I think it was because that he opted out of 2020 and never played for the Eagles. So that must have tripped some kind of thing where it voided the trade.
right. Yeah. So, I mean, it sucks, but hey, they still have 9 picks overall in this draft.
Yep.
I don't think that they're, that beat up about it. Are they basically free to do whatever they want in the first round now that they locked up Trent Williams and added Alex Mack?
I still think that corner is a big position of need, but I know a lot of people are asking. I really do think that, and Colin Cowherd said this on his show. I absolutely agree with the way that they were spending money on people like Trent Williams and on stuff like that, and the fact that they have not restructured Jimmy Garoppolo and added guaranteed money. So a restructure would give him a bonus, but they'd spread that cap hit over a couple years. The fact that they haven't done that means they want to keep his cap hit, as is right now and keep the bonus low. I think that they're going to pick a rookie in the draft, use Jimmy as a bridge for this year, and then get rid of him rather than restructure and be beholden to him for dead money. So they can they still have an out after this year. They can get rid of him. Not a big deal. But I do think that they might be looking to draft a rookie quarterback. And, which one it is, I don't know. If they're going to trade up, I think they might have to based on everything that I've been hearing. But for me, it looks like Jimmy Garoppolo's time in San Francisco is numbered, and it's probably going to be this last year.
I totally agree. And the clip from Coward breaking it down, it makes a lot of sense. It really does. And like you were saying, they're likely going to have to trade up if they want to get one of the top, 5 quarterbacks, whatever it is. He was making the argument that you basically need to get to 3 just to ensure that nobody gets in front of you. It's all but guaranteed Trevor Lawrence going number 1 to Jacksonville. And then after that, maybe Zach Wilson to New York. It seemed like that was kind of the word that Colin Cowherd and Joy Taylor were getting. So then it's Justin Fields, Trey Lance. I don't really want to say Mac Jones, but I guess if you want to throw him in there. But out of the 2, it's got to be Justin Fields or Trey Lance, right? I mean,
you would think so. And I think the one that they would definitely take a shot on is Trey Lance. Get him up to snuff in this system, really get him a year under the belt. And that's the one quarterback that you can justify. Hey, he didn't play in 2020. He only has this amount of tape. He comes from a small school. This is a complicated offense. We're going to sit him behind Jimmy for a year like the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes. And then after the year, the 49ers are about to Alex Smith his ass. So he'll be gone. I think they can move on from him and, have a guy that's under team control, because the thing that you have to realize is next year you have Warner's contract coming up. The year after that, you're obviously probably going to pick up Nick Bosa's 5th-year extension, which is going to bump his salary up. You're going to have other needs. Jimmy Ward's contract is going to be coming up after next year, I believe. So you're going to have another hole to fill in the secondary. So they got to do something. And I look at that Jimmy Garoppolo cap number the way that it is right now. And I think the only reason they do that is because they want him here for 1 more year, and then he's out the door, and you automatically free up that $25 million. So, that's what my thinking is. So I know people are going to ask, but given everything with the salaries and stuff, I'm pretty sure today's moves kind of take them out of the whole Deshaun Watson sweepstakes, which, I mean, it's, on one hand, it's a bummer. On the other hand, it's, I kind of want somebody with a fresh slate that Kyle can build up in his mold, over the course of the next couple years.
Yeah. And, we've talked about it 1,000 times, it seems like, just in the past couple of months. The winning formula right now in the NFL, unless you're named Tom Brady, is basically get a rookie quarterback that plays above average, with solid defense, and some nice surrounding pieces on offense. Because then you're not in cap hell. Look at what the Browns are able to do. Colin Cowherd made the same exact point. Browns are able to do right now with Baker Mayfield, still on his rookie contract. They're able to do some stuff. The Chiefs were able to do some stuff up until they just, broke the bank, basically signing Patrick Mahomes to a long-term deal. But that is a winning formula. And if the 49ers could get a guy, either Trey Lance, Justin Fields, whoever they feel most comfortable with, they could really do some damage. I'm quite confident that that would have really good, that would be a really good outcome for the 49ers because you know Kyle Shanahan's running game is going to excel. You already
Yep.
know the pieces on the outside, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. They've already basically proven himself to play with crappy quarterbacks. No disrespect, but let's be honest here. You got George Kittle in the middle, and you got a solid defense. That's
Yeah.
a winning formula already for a rookie quarterback to step into. It would be
Yep.
really good. It would be really good.